You guys want to know the irony or the funny thing about this video that I'm about to post and tell you guys about is I just got a letter in the mail from Child Support and Collections today. I did, and I'm supposed to be filing child support on my baby's dad, and I almost didn't. I almost didn't. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and, because until we broke up, he was a decent dad, so I'm not going to take that from him, you know? But I can't even talk. I can't even talk. I'm so like really thrown through a loop at what I heard tonight. So I'm so taken back. I hope you guys can just bear with me as I get this. Now, I usually talk about Stephanie P. Smith and Evangelist Gabriel Fernandez, which have everything to do with everything I'm about to say tonight, because they're like in the background because they got money. They're both millionaires and YouTubers. They got money, so instead of being in front row seats, they just be in a group chat listening in and just like playing puppet master, right? And they know that Mafioso. There's a girl. She's a business owner named Mafioso from SOSO Snatched, right? She's the owner of SOSO Snatch. She's been taking money from them to pull the strings and have stuff done. Like back in October, my car got broken into and my ignition got gutted out of my car. And I'm hearing through the grapevine that she was paid by Evangelist Gabriel Fernandez and Stephanie P. Smith to gut out my ignition in my car. And there's a private WhatsApp group chat where they talk about all the stuff that they do to me that I'm about to have subpoenaed. Makioso and my baby's dad have been in communication for a few years now because they are also together in a private group chat gang stalking me, right? And apparently they used to mess around. I guess from what I'm hearing, I'm not exactly sure, but this is what I've heard, that her and my baby's dad were having sex or whatever, which was fine, whatever, we weren't together. And, after me and my son's dad broke up just a few months ago, I guess they're still in communication. You won't believe what I got wind of tonight, okay? God told me to cut my baby's dad off back in December. He was like, you're done. You're done. This is over. It's over. I was like, okay, fine. So me and my baby's dad broke up, right? The reason why me and my baby's dad broke up was because Stephanie P. Smith was going to Mafioso, telling Mafioso to say this is not to my baby's dad, Ken. Stephanie P. Smith was also in direct contact with the father of my son, too. And they're all in a private group chat trying to get me to commit suicide. For the record, I'm not a suicidal person, nor will I ever be suicidal. I love my life. I did have a moment back in 2023 when Evangelist Gabriel Fernandez and Stephanie P. Smith were doing heavy witchcraft on me and shoving demons in my head. I had a weak moment where I feel like I couldn't handle their witchcraft. And so I talked about it on YouTube, but I hid the video. But I'm going to share the video once all this stuff comes out on social media, because this stuff is about to get aired all the way out. Anyways, so the reason why I'm posting this video is because I'm really sad, because I wasted 10 years of my life with a man who is now, aware of the fact that Makioso Wilson, aka SOSO from SOSO Snatch, was sitting on, she was having a conversation with my baby's dad tonight. And I guess they were like talking about getting together or whatever. And she was like, okay, well, why don't we just wait until after Desert? Because I have a company that I'm about to launch really soon. And they're like, they know, they went to my future. Soso's in witchcraft and she do psychic readings. And she's like into like getting psychic readings done on her and stuff. They went into my future and found out that my business was going to be successful. And so she started plotting on my store tonight, talking to my baby's dad, like, you need to try to go fix it with your baby's mom, just long enough for her sales to come in on her store. Then when her sales come in on her store, we're going to take her out. We're going to shoot her. And there's a video of SOSO Snatch on live on YouTube, on Facebook, of her waving her little gun all over social media, right? So they've been plotting. She's like telling him, like, After she get the sales in her store, we're gonna shoot her, boom, and then we can take over her business. So you get close enough to her and see what she got going on. When the sales come in, we'll take her out, and then you and I can do something with her business. What really hurt my heart during this conversation was like my baby's dad's response. He was, this man gonna tell so he gonna tell her some, oh, well, why don't you try to work it out with me before my baby mom's sales come in on her store, and instead of waiting until after. Like, you hold on. So you miss the whole topic of, oh, we'll just kill your baby mom, take the money from the sales on her store, and then we're gonna be together. You missed all of that. He missed all of that. We're just gonna kill your baby mom, and he didn't catch any of that. He was just like, well, why don't you just work it out with me before me and my baby's mom, do any of that, so we can be together already. We don't have to just wait until her sales come in. First of all, I am gonna fill out that support and collections document tonight. Second of all, I'm a single mom taking care of your son by myself while you get to go slang your little penis around and run your mouth about me all over Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota. You with SOSO Snatched, sitting in private WhatsApp group chats, talking trash about how horrible of a girlfriend I am and how horrible of a mom I am, but you didn't help pay any bills at all. And I've been literally taking care of you for the past year because you couldn't get a job. And then when you did get a job, you didn't even want to go half on the rent with me. Some months you wouldn't even pay the rent, but you only wanted to give me $300 a month for rent. I'm buying your son's school clothes, putting food in the house by myself, working 6 days a week, 2 jobs, paying every single bill in here, while you get to go do this with SOSO Snatched. And that's the reason why God told me to leave him, because on our 10th year anniversary, I'm not going to take this away from Ken. Ken was always a provider. But since he messed up his criminal record, for the past year, it's been hard for him to get a job. So I helped him out. But God told me one night, he was like, you need to leave your baby's dad. And I'm talking about, he put this energy in me that was just like, I'm done. And so one morning, me and him got to an argument because he took my car and dropped me off at work, but did not pick me up from work, and I had to take a lift home when he was already home asleep. And my job is only like 6 minutes away. And so I'm just like, why can't you just come pick me up from work? And we had an argument, and I told him I wanted him out of my house. I wanted him to leave. I was just done after that. And so, because the argument got so bad, because I was trying to let it go, but he wanted to keep going. And so I was like, I'm done. I'm tired. Just got off of work. This is my only day off this week. I'm not going to spend the one day I get off a week arguing with you, for real, while you get to sit at home and listen to a private group chat of people talk mess about me. This is part 1 of this video. It's going to be a bunch of different parts of the video. I'm going to dive deeper into the group chat. I'm going to dive deeper into SOSO, how SOSO's been collecting money from Evangelist Gabriel Fernandez, because Evangelist Gabriel Fernandez lives all the way in South Africa. Stephanie P. Smith lives in Toronto, Canada. And so they all formed this group chat to gang stalk me. And the purpose was to get me to join. And if I didn't join, try to get me to commit suicide, right? It's a whole thing about the gang stalking. Anyway, this has been going on since 2019. So since SOSO lives in Minnesota, she's closer to me. Last I heard, she got a place out in Maplewood or something like that, right? And before that, I guess she lived in Roseville. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I've heard. But since SOSO lives in Minnesota, she's closer to me. So they use SOSO as like the footman to do everything, like to talk about me with people. And so they've been using her to communicate with my baby's dad and to to find ways to figure out what I'm doing. Anyways, I'm going to do my makeup in the part 2 of this video because the time is almost up for this one.